Ever wonder how we actually know anything about, the really deep past?
That's a great question.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into something truly fundamental, how writing got started, specifically cuneiform in Sumer.
Ah, Sumer, the birthplace of so much.
Exactly. We've got some material focusing just on that, how writing emerged there. Our mission really is to figure out how this massive innovation changed Sumerian society and, well, what its legacy is.
Pretty amazing when you think about the materials they use. Just look around ancient Mesopotamia. What do you have?
On mud, rivers, reeds.
Bingo. Clay from the rivers, reeds growing everywhere. And they turn these simple things into, well, an information technology.
Clay tablets and reed styluses.
Right. The clay was, basically free, easy to shape into tablets.
Huh.
And you could press wedge shapes into it super fast with a sharpened reed. That's what cuneiform means, right?
Mm.
Wedge shaped.
Okay, so it's practical, easy to get, easy to use.
Very. And that practicality is why it works so well for keeping records. Lots and lots of records.
So let's think about that impact. I mean, before writing, running a city, tracking trade, it must have been, well, chaotic.
Or at least limited in scale, yeah.
Yeah.
Memory only goes so far. Suddenly, with cuneiform, you can write down who paid their taxes, how much grain is in the storehouse, who owns which field.
It brings order, stability.
Definitely. It allows for much more complex administration. You can manage larger populations, bigger territories, more intricate trade networks, because you have a reliable way to store and retrieve information. Think Uruk, a huge city for its time, couldn't have worked without writing.
Right, you need that shared ledger, that external memory.
That's a great way to put it. It allows society to, scale up its complexity.
And did this amazing invention just stay in Sumer? Or did it spread?
Oh, it definitely spread. Other groups in the Near East saw how useful it was.
So they borrowed the idea.
They adopted the script, yeah. And crucially, they adapted it for their own languages, like Akkadian, Babylonian, Assyrian. The writing system traveled, even if the Sumerian language itself didn't dominate everywhere.
So it became a kind of lingua franca technology, if not language.
Sort of, yeah. A shared tool for administration, diplomacy, trade across different cultures.
So these tablets that survived, what do they actually tell us? Is it all just, tax receipts?
Well, there are a lot of economic and administrative texts, absolutely. And they're fascinating. They give us incredible detail about daily life, prices, jobs, legal matters.
But is there more, like stories, culture?
Oh, yes. We have myths, hymns, proverbs, even the earliest forms of epic literature, like parts of what becomes the Epic of Gilgamesh. It's a real window into their worldview, their beliefs.
Wow. So administration and art, but who was doing the writing? Was everyone literate?
Almost certainly not. Reading and writing cuneiform was difficult, hundreds of signs, complex rules.
Yeah.
It required serious training.
So scribes, a specialized class.
Exactly. Scribes were highly trained professionals. They held a lot of power and status because they controlled access to this vital skill. Think of them as the data managers and lawyers and librarians all rolled into one.
Which must mean that figuring out how to read this stuff again, thousands of years later, that was tough.
Monumental. A huge challenge. You've got broken tablets, changes in the script over time, regional variations, no Rosetta Stone for the earliest stages.
Just pure code breaking, almost.
A lot of painstaking detective work, comparing texts, recognizing patterns, understanding the underlying languages. It took decades, generations of scholars, really.
But cuneiform itself, even though we don't use it now, it wasn't just a dead end, was it? Did it influence later writing systems?
Absolutely. It wasn't a direct ancestor to, say, the alphabet we use. But the core idea, representing spoken language visually with symbols, that was revolutionary. That concept, pioneered by the Sumerians, laid the groundwork. Later systems built on that principle, eventually leading towards alphabets. It's a key step in the story of writing.
And these scribes, where did they learn? Were there actual schools?
Yes, the Duba, the tablet house, these were scribal schools. We have texts that seem to be like student exercises, multiplication tables, literary excerpts they had to copy.
So proper education centers.
They weren't just teaching writing. They were transmitting knowledge, culture, maintaining the whole administrative and intellectual tradition. Hugely important institutions.
It's kind of wild that we're still studying these clay scraps today. Does modern tech help with that?
Oh, immensely. High-resolution imaging, 3D scanning. It lets us read signs on damaged tablets that were invisible before. Computational methods help piece fragments together, analyze linguistic patterns.
Like digital archaeology meets linguistics.
Pretty much. It's constantly opening up new insights into these ancient texts.
So, wrapping this up, it seems like the Sumerians, just by using what was around them, clay and reeds, didn't just invent a way to write things down. They kind of unlocked a new level for human society.
That's a perfect summary. More complex cities, bigger trade networks, deeper cultural expression.
Hmm.
It all ties back to this ability to record information. Its impact was transformative.
A practical solution with truly profound consequences.
Exactly. It really changed the trajectory of civilization.
Makes you think, doesn't it? What are the things we're inventing or using today, maybe even simple things, that might fundamentally reshape society centuries from now? What's our equivalent of the clay tablet? Something to ponder.